Hi, this is Class News Awakenings. I hope you're having a great year so far. Today's video is about how your spirit can be burnt out or feel burnt out. The title of today's video is Signs Your Spirit is Burnt Out. So this video is more for people who believe in reincarnation or their new age rather than if they're Christian or into Judaism. But first, I have to give reasons why a reincarnated spirit might be burnt out. I'll give 4 reasons. One is because the spirit has worked way too hard for many past lives. Let's say 10 or more past lives, they were a workhorse, and sometimes they might have even chose it for themselves. They love working, they get bored if they just sit and do nothing for too long. A second reason why a soul might be burnt out is too much trauma from many past lives. Like maybe the past 20 lifetimes, the soul has seen war, famine, gore, like such as beheadings and hangings, family trauma, family, estrangements, too much heartache, and physical brutality, maybe being beaten up, emotional brutality, heartbreak, emotional pain, such as fighting too much with your spouse or ex-girlfriends in your past lives. A third reason why a reincarnated soul might be burnt out is that it's just an old soul. Maybe even an ancient soul, which in my opinion is above an old soul. An ancient soul is pretty much an old soul that's like almost ready to leave this 3D world, this incarnation. Like let's say they're less than 20 lifetimes away from hitting enlightenment and dissolving into higher consciousness. Or another example is, let's say a soul lives 200 lifetimes, and the soul is less than 40 lifetimes away from reaching enlightenment and dissolving into higher consciousness. Also, the soul is just worn out from living so long and reincarnating so many lifetimes and so long. And the fourth reason a soul might be burnt out is it's fought its life path for too many lifetimes, and now there's a burnout factor. For some of them, it may have even led to mental illness or psychosis, and the only way for them to fix this is to start going towards the life path. Although it might be harder and longer too, because they've been avoiding their life path or paths for too long. Okay, now on to the main idea of this video. Here are signs your spirit is burnt out. I'm going to give 6 signs. The first sign is that it doesn't want to do too much or do anything. This is my issue. I suspect I'm a really old soul. Sometimes I just want to sit and do nothing for 2 weeks straight. Again, before you assign that you're an old soul, you might want to go see a therapist or see if you have depression or something. A second sign that your soul, a reincarnated soul, is burnt out is anxiety and depression. It might not be karmic. They might have not done anything to deserve the depression and anxiety, but they're just burnt out, and anxiety and depression is a sign of burnout. The third sign that a soul is burnt out is agitation. This might go with the depression and anxiety because depression and anxiety can cause agitation, but so can just burn out. But also depression and anxiety burnout can cause depression and anxiety, which causes agitation. So it's kind of this weird circle. Okay, fourth sign that your spirit is burnt out is that it just wants to be alone more than not. Maybe even full-blown reclusion. The person might become a religious hermit, or they may become a monk because I just don't want to be around people, or they'll just live a simple life and not have any friends and reject friendship, or they'll just subtly hint at people that they don't want to be friends with them right now or have any friends during this lifetime. And finally, they may just want to self-isolate because they don't want to be around people. Okay, reason number 5 why that a reincarnated soul may be burnt out is that they're hypersensitive and sensitive in many ways. They might be just a very anxious person. Again, this might be a sign of other mental health issues like anxiety, general anxiety disorder, depression, bipolar, or autistic spectrum disorder, or just autism. So you have to be careful with that first. Yeah, but an old soul or a really ancient soul can be really hypersensitive. Partly because they've been in the real world for so long, their soul needs to recover, and their soul is a bit thin-skinned, and their soul has been hurt a lot, physically, emotionally, so they're a bit more sensitive. Sometimes even a lot more sensitive than a younger or middle-aged soul. And finally, the 6th and final sign that your soul is burnt out is I'm trying to think. Either the soul has really infinite patience because they're really old soul, or they're just like, it's not my job to fix people because they've been serving people for so long, for so many past lives, dozens, hundreds, or even hundreds of thousands. So their soul, like, I just want to rest. I don't want to serve people this lifetime. So number 6 is extreme. They're either really patient because they know what it's like to have people be impatient and judgmental of them, or the other side of the polarity, they're extremely impatient because their soul's like, I just want to rest. I don't want to serve people this lifetime. I don't want to help people this lifetime. I forgive them, but I don't want to help them or be overly patient with them this lifetime. Isn't that weird? The soul either is like, I want to serve people and help them because I know what it's like to have people always yell at me and be impatient, or they're really impatient because their soul has dragged on this reincarnation process for so long that they just don't want to help people anymore. They might even not want to be around people anymore, and they might and they keep to themselves more because they are so burnt out. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed my video. This is Class Noodles Awakenings. This is a longer video than usual. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day.